Your questions answered today. Today we're talking about customer-focused marketing strategies for your small business. Successful entrepreneurs obsess about a ton of different stuff. But the question we're asking today is, are we focusing on the right stuff? In this video, I'll show you the only thing you need to obsess about, why there's nothing better than custom, and why you should never stop learning. Stay tuned. The number one thing you need to be obsessed with, no matter what niche or industry, no matter if you serve products or services, it doesn't really matter if you've started your business or you've been in business for a long, long time. The one thing you need to be obsessed with are your customers. Your customers are the ones purchasing your services or your products. They're the ones who are going to keep you in business. And beyond that, beyond staying in business, there are three big reasons why we need to focus on our customers. The first big reason is that it builds word of mouth. I remember back when I was studying business in college, our teachers would tell us what is better when it comes to building your brand identity, getting your brand out there to new customers. What is better? Is it getting a free $1 million ad spot on the local radio station, or is it treating 100 customers with the best respect possible and having them go off and tell their friends? Well, write your answer down in the comments. Do you think it's the $1 million local radio ad spend or the 100 happy customers? Write your answer down in the comments. Because the answer is 100 happy customers. You can have $1 million ad spend that isn't directed towards the right people, that isn't really going to connect with those listeners. They're not going to see themselves in the story you're telling. But on the other hand, when you have 100 happy customers who are ready to share their experience with all of their friends and family, and then the ripple effect from those friends and family are going to say, oh, well, my cousin Laura had this incredible experience at this local salon. Let me tell you about it. That ripple effect is going to start seeing and encountering even more people with that same excitement, with those same stories that are going to cause your new customers, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, those who are your prospective clients, to start seeing your brand in a favorable light. So that is the first big reason why you need to become obsessed with your customers. Happy customers bring more customers to you. The second reason is very similar to the one we just talked about, and that is it creates brand advocates. When you have customers who become obsessed with your brand because you, the brand owner, has become obsessed with your customers, you're going to start seeing those customers become evangelists for your brand. They're going to go out and share your solution with everyone. You are going to have changed their lives in a way that gets them excited to go share what they have learned with their people. And again, that builds a bigger army. It's kind of like having some of the best salespeople and you don't even have to pay them. They actually pay you because they're your customers. And the third reason follows off of what we just talked about, and that is it builds brand loyalty. When you have the option of interacting with two different brands that kind of produce the same thing, are you going to go with brand A that gives you great products, but is kind of this brand up in the sky, they're hard to get a hold of, they kind of do their own thing? Or would you rather interact with brand B that sells the same great quality product, but they're reachable, they're excitable, they celebrate your wins, they help you celebrate their wins, and so on and so forth? It becomes this community. Well, clearly, just based on how I've explained it, brand B is where you want to be, both as the customer and as the brand owner. You want to connect with your people. You want to build those communities with your people, and that will cause them to keep coming back for more. When you listen to their problems and you create solutions for their problems, again, they're going to keep coming back for more. So, question time. Let me know down in the comments if you and your brand are focused on being obsessed with your customers. Or are you obsessed with something else right now in your brand? Let us know down in the comments below. Now, with our marketing strategies, when we want to reach our ideal customers and we want to serve them great value, we want to introduce them to the community that we have built, we have to make sure that we're not sending these blanket statements out on all of the available social platforms. That then becomes incredibly repetitive. The reason why big budget brands spend such big budgets on their advertising is because they're focusing on creating really micro assets. They're focused on creating a whole bunch of customized options for each of the different platforms. And that's what you need to be doing too. But first, let me tell you a quick story. When I started out in digital marketing, before I really knew what I was doing, I would look around and say, all right, something I need to do to be successful that seems to be working for the brands around me is I need to be on every single platform. And the easy way for me to do that was to copy and paste the same posts on all different platforms. And I even had this idea that I didn't want to bug my people and show them those different things. So what I was going to do was post the exact same post on all different platforms at the exact same time. Because there's no way my customers would be in more than one place at a time. Engagement rates plummeted. Likes, shares, all that stuff plummeted. New customers plummeted. I started seeing a drop in my follower counts because people realized I wasn't really being authentic. I was focused so much on creating this branded content that I forgot to be about my community. I forgot to focus on our movement. And so I quickly, not so quickly, after a little bit of time, I realized this is not going to be good for my business. I need to make a drastic shift. And so from then on, I changed the kinds of content I was creating. And instead, I started customizing each piece of content to the different platforms that I was on. For example, YouTube, really great for how-to videos. But Instagram, not as much. Instagram is more of a visual experience. They want the visual picture and a nice little caption that goes along with it. They want to see more of me and less of my product. Each platform has its own language, so you want to make sure that you're speaking or you're creating content that works to each of those benefits, each of those assets on the platforms. So YouTube videos, do more how-tos. Instagram, create more pretty pictures. Facebook, connect with your people. TikTok, you don't go on TikTok to watch lectures or podcasts. You go on TikTok for short-term content. So create that kind of short-term content. And yes, of course, there are always opportunities to utilize those same assets on different platforms, but that is a story for another day. We'll make a video about that. If you're interested, let us know in the comments below. Just a reminder that if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join us here on the channel. New videos every week. As a brand owner and as a business owner, you absolutely have to keep learning. Putting on that lifelong learning hat is so important because there's always going to be new things you want to learn. Whether or not it's getting onto a new platform, whether or not it's using a new skill, like maybe you're learning video editing, or maybe you're learning something completely different in your field. Whatever it is, you have to keep learning. So in your brand, make sure that you're focusing on education, focusing on constantly learning. You need to make sure that you're able to arm your customers with the information and the skills that they need to know that they have made the right decision purchasing your product or service. Give them all the information they need to know that they have made that right buying decision. Because when you have a confident buyer, they're going to be a happier buyer in the end. So show them how your product works. Show them what it's like to work with you. Show them the results that your people can get. Show them that social proof. Show them what it's like being on the other side of that purchasing decision. Show them what they need to know to feel confident in you and your solutions. In the visibility hacking world, we love to enable our students to make the most out of even the smallest decision. Even if that small decision is subscribing to our channel, we want to make sure we give you great content that you can actually take action on. When you're a member of our programs and a member of our community, we give you all the checklists and workbooks you'll ever need in order to make sure that you have all your resources gathered to dominate in your industry. And so, because you've made it this far in this video, I have something for you. Consider it a personal invitation to our Live Academy program. But I want to make sure that you are ready for the program. So we've put together an incredible checklist to help you gather together all of the assets you're going to need in order to dominate with your live show. So click the links down below. You'll find that worksheet down in the description. I would love to see you guys in the Live Academy program. So in order to get in, you gotta take step number 1. So enjoy that checklist down below. And in the meantime, check out one of these videos. I know you'll enjoy them. Until I see you again, my friends, remember I love you. Be excellent to each other.